Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Sunday Musicians Café. I hope you're all spending a lovely Sunday afternoon drinking your cup of tea or cup of coffee like me. If you're a musician or somebody that has been following up this project for a while, since I started, you're very welcome to drop a message in the chat. Also send me a direct message to me to give any feedbacks or any thoughts you have about the project. Please do send a message if you feel so, and they are all very welcome and very useful for me. So I really look forward to listen from your feedbacks and to learn from them. Today is a very special guest. It's Przemek Winnicki. I hope I'm pronouncing it well, but it's a Polish pianist. So very difficult to pronounce Polish names for me. The language is very far from the Italian one. So he's a accomplished Polish pianist and concert pianist, and I've met him in college 2 years ago. And since then he's been doing very well and traveling all the time. So I think since I met him, I think I probably saw him maybe another couple of times or something, but it's a very interesting pianist and very interesting to see, for example, how social media have an impact on our life, on musicians' life, right? And so actually, if you have any questions and any curiosity about musicians' life or how does it work in this industry, you are very welcome to drop a message or a question in the chat during the live, especially. And if we can answer to that, we will be very happy to do that. And so today the chat is going to be with him for the 25th episode. And I hope we can discuss about this, so how to engage with the audience through the video making. Because nowadays we have to tell this. I mean, it's probably one of the most important things concerning all the self-branding aspect of our job, right? So to have a good presence on the social media, to have a very stable and consistent presence on the social media, and to keep the coherency of your job, so to keep doing what you loved, you started from your passion, and to keep that coherency also in the social media and engaging with the people is such a hard job. And we had a very beautiful episode, I don't remember which one was which number, but with 𝒂𝒊𝒍𝒍, who has a lot of followers on the social media and is one of the pianists who plays in the you know, on the train stations or airports, and he makes wonderful videos and he brings joy to people in such a beautiful way, and also that thing helped him to grow in his career. So you see that the central role that social media today have for our job especially, which is very much about showing and our skills as well, not only our successes but our daily skills, right? And that's very interesting. So I hope I can invite him to have a chat today with us, and it will be very interesting, I'm sure. So if you have any questions, okay, let's see if I invited him. Yes, that's it.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. No problem.
Perfect.
Nice. Hey, how
Hi.
are you? All good?
I'm good. Thank you for this invitation. It's very interesting.
Of course, no, thank you so much for being able to join us today. And as I was saying, we met in college a couple of years ago, but since then I think I met you like a couple of times maybe.
Yeah.
Because you're so busy and you always travel to Berlin, to London. Actually, where are you based at the moment?
I live now back in Berlin. I did 1 year in London, and then I went back. Yeah, because it's
Fantastic. Okay, so
yeah.
you were saying, yes,
Yeah,
say
I
something.
mean, I say it's, well, I live close to Poland. I have a lot of contacts in Poland because I was also studying here. So I guess it's a little bit easier for me to just to be grounded a little bit closer to where I have a little bit more performances. But actually, also go to England. I just came back from Scarborough. Actually, I performed Mozart D minor there.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I just came back from there, and sometimes I play even in the UK. Yeah.
Fantastic. As I was saying at the beginning, before inviting you to have this chat, and by the way, I'm very excited for all of I've been following you on the social media,
Uh-huh.
and every time I see you playing, it's like, oh man, he's doing it, and he's always,
Thank you.
very supportive for us, to see our. I mean, at least this is the way I see it. I'm a
Yeah.
musician myself, and seeing other friends making
Uh-huh.
it is such a good feeling as well, right? So today I wanted to chat with you and to make it also useful for the people. So the nature of this project, I don't know if you've been following up the previous episodes, but
Yeah.
it's very much to it's an informal chat, right? It's not something
Yes, of course.
like yes, we want to break this barrier with the audience, and then we can talk about musicianship and music life and artists we are without feeling like on the podium or what
Oh,
like
definitely. That's super like me. I mean, I that's why my Instagram is also all about, actually.
exactly. I think it's partially your success. It's not only just because you are a fantastic pianist, obviously. I mean, yeah, a
Thank you.
wonderful. No, of course, but also because you have this very natural approach, very transparent, very
Uh-huh.
is not filtered by any kind of prejudice
Yeah,
or
and I
something.
think just to start our conversation like that, I think, and I agree totally whatever, like with everything you said, also in your intro. But I also agree that when the people, even if it's through the screen or through the camera, people right away see if you're fake or not.
Yeah,
You know. So I was
absolutely.
even to tell you to give you the example when I want something to look like nicer, it doesn't have so much attention than when I just put on like a stupid T-shirt and just start playing and practicing. People really want to see us how we work at home, like in the kitchen,
Yes,
So I think,
100%.
yeah, because this is also something I would like to see when I see pianists. Of course, they have performances and they are in the fancy suits and everything, and it's great and it's
Yes.
amazing. But also, it's nice to see just like a natural state of work, and also and basically, I'm a happy person, and I guess I like to laugh. I like to be funny. I'm a little bit of a clown. So that's also what I'm just like naturally doing on my Instagram. So
Yes, yes.
yeah, yeah. I think that
Absolutely,
helped me.
100%. I agree 100% on what you were saying, and I think it's this sincerity, authenticity. I've been talking about this with other guests before, and they, little by little, I guess everyone in the classical music world, which was, somehow kept in that cage of elitist prejudice yet
Yeah, yeah,
rather than pop music that sometimes is like completely underground, no, but still in classical music sometimes there is this kind of approach where people
yes, yeah,
feel like this distant, yeah. So
that's
but
true.
all the guests I've had, they all agree with this, and very happy that I can find another person that agrees with
Yeah,
that. And I mean,
yeah.
you're a perfect example, obviously.
Thank you. Well,
Because
yeah,
of
I
your
totally
growing in
agree
social media.
as well. And I was what the like for me, I was growing up in kind of a rough neighborhood also, and for me, I had friends that are like n- not you
Tough
would
guys,
never
tough guys.
call them, yeah, you would never call them like snobs or anything or elite. So for me, this would, and I can talk to everybody like on any levels. I don't really care. I really care about humans, but really this would be like if I would act like the way I'm not, this
Yeah.
would be super unnatural for me. So I really
Yes.
it's just simpler. I just prefer the way, for example, the way I record my videos, and I just feel the way I want to present it is just my natural way. And if somebody doesn't like it, it's fine. It's there's a
Yes.
unfollow button, and that's okay
Yes.
also. But also it's surprisingly I've been having so many good feedbacks about
Yeah.
my videos that basically, and the
Yes.
way that people like the way I'm natural and the way I'm dressed, and I'm really happy about it. It's
Yes.
not it
Yes.
and also, oh yeah, this is something I wanted to mention. I think you really have to kind of be like directed in a good way, because I've noticed that Instagram. This is also maybe might be helpful. I'm not an Instagram
Mm.
expert, but I just know I'm keep noticing some things that are helpful for us.
Mm.
That if you also, it's good to do something very first of all consistently, but also
Yeah.
yeah, to kind of have your own style. Because what I've noticed, some of my videos, whenever I put three stripes, they get a bit more views. Maybe this is
Yes.
just the accident, but they get a little bit more views than my videos in like something like this. So
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I see.
I think if you start to build your kind of you as
Personal brand, no? Your
yes,
personal.
yeah,
Yeah.
your brand, yes,
Yeah.
then I
Yeah.
think you have to stick a little bit to what you're doing,
Yes.
and I think Instagram likes
Yes.
that, which is, well, I don't really care, to be honest. I just,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why how I am. But if somebody cares, and if some people want to build their brand, it's better to stick to one style and to keep doing it.
Yes.
Even I think even the camera angle, from sometimes for me, when I see, like when I'm filming from the right side, it's different views than from the left side. Like you can see it in my
Yes. Of
profile.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
Of
so
course.
that's
No,
that's
I
very
mean
helpful.
all of the things. Yeah. You were saying. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, and
Continue.
also, yeah, this is also so funny. What you just mentioned. I wanted to really confirm that Instagram and social media is it's so important for us. Like it really, if we use it in the right way, of course, right? Because I already got few concert engagements just from being on Instagram. Like
Yes.
some conductors wrote me to perform a concert, like proper big concert with orchestra, solo concert. It's
Yes.
because
Yes. Yes.
I play my Bach warm-ups or whatever. And also, this is super important for musicians to use. And I'm not one of the musicians that will be like, no, 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 I will keep all my secrets so and others won't
No.
get it. Because like you have a lot of those musicians that they would never give you no like a score sheet
Yes.
music. They would never borrow
Yeah.
you
That's true.
because they're just afraid they keep for themselves. For me, I think
Yes.
we are so different. We are not each other's competition. I think and it's okay for people to know that what you like, that I don't compete between other pianists. I'm myself, like also brand, like my own brand. I'm old enough to understand that, then there's not going to be somebody that is like my copy or I mean might be, but I really I really don't get. So this is a message to musicians to really use the Instagram, not put, like I try not to post too much of a private life, like what I
Mm.
ate today, or like sometimes I post like some night situations with my friends when we go out, and I don't know, we see some shows or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but to use it wisely, to use Instagram, it's really big help, and it's really nice.
Yeah.
Because, for
Yes.
example, let's say I practice at home. Nobody hears it. Nobody sees it except my neighbors. I don't have much neighbors, but although so.
That's
who
good.
who else, if you want to go out there and be there, who else are you gonna, where else are you gonna show it? It's so, now it's, we have this really, this privilege to be able to use it for free basically.
Yes.
That you can do that, and there's so many good pianists, so many amazing musicians that they don't do it, they don't use it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why? This is the way. I mean, you
Yeah.
still play, like a live concert is not gonna soak you in and just do, and you're gonna be in your Instagram, and I mean, I still have normal live performances.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I really,
Absolutely. No. Listen, you touched amazing points. I mean, you already answered to the 20 questions I had. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. No, because I mean, honestly, that's so key today that I think we should look at it in a very analytic way as
yeah,
well, very objectively,
yes,
like not just starting, just keeping it at an irrational way, like what and many colleagues, unfortunately, they do. Sometimes they say, "Ah, no, but then if I do this, I will focus only on that," and it's not true. I mean, you can, if you're an adult and mature enough, obviously. I mean, there are different people and different sensitivities, and that's true. That some people they might struggle to record, and
yeah,
everybody has his own skills,
yeah, of course,
obviously. But at the same time, it's something that at least once you have to try. I would say this, right? At least once you have to try to engage with the audience of the social media and try to find, as you said, this is very important. As you said, your own
yeah,
brand, no, your own
yes, yes.
characteristic that is attracting
Yeah,
to
because
people, right? Because sometimes
in the end,
we mock other people,
no, yeah, exactly. Uh,
yes, then
I
it's
mean, at the
super
end,
wrong.
you are performing. You sell your, sell is not a good word, but you sell yourself to the audience. And if this is not how you feel and it's you, that's not gonna sell well. Like, it's you. First of all, you're not gonna be confident on stage because you're gonna feel like you're copying something, and then
Yeah.
it's just not real. So since some time I was like, I was in the music school. I was always thinking, oh, I'm not playing good enough because this professor told me this. They all say
Yeah.
different things. So, and I really appreciate every advice from every professor I got. They all say different things. So you can really take whatever you like. Then that's actually good that they say different things. Then you can also think, oh, if they all say different things, I probably can also say some things to myself and and play the way I want to play in a certain style.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I think this definitely it's important to be like, it helped me a lot with the confidence for stage, that I really started to play a little bit like started to play things the way I want them to perform. And also that's another thing why I started Instagram. I started recording myself just simply to get rid of a little bit of the weird feeling of stress while recording, right? So
That's interesting.
yeah, yeah.
Let's talk
I
through this.
mean,
Yeah.
I this was during the pandemic. I was at home and I was like, okay, I what else can I work on? And I was thinking, okay, I'm playing really bad when I record myself. So
Oh,
yeah,
really?
so I
Okay.
started recording myself, and really now I almost don't feel like it's recording, because I was doing this so often that for me it was somehow like it became that I don't really think about it as recording, but I will.
It's part of the practice
Exactly. Yeah,
process.
yeah.
Recording
Yeah,
is
but
very
before
nice.
I had such a struggle recording. Like, once I put like the record button, I was so stiff I couldn't play anything, and I was like, oh my God, this is so bad. So it really also, this is another thing, and I also just practiced that because I wanted to also improve my stress on stage. So I started recording myself, and that's also another thing that is, you can make a lesson for yourself. You just see yourself like the way you record it, and you're like, oh, I don't like this one, I don't like that. So you can also make a lesson, like and then,
Absolutely. I mean, this becomes so valuable for performance anxiety, as you were saying.
yeah,
No, I mean, it's something. It's not. It has so many positive
yeah,
sides.
yeah,
Recording yourself and then showing to people how you're working on that, and it's also very supportive to other musicians. So other musicians can see if they are, you know, free in their heart without any jealousy or whatever, that may keep them close,
Yeah,
right? But if you're open to see your friend or another musician posting, you learn that, you know, it's normal, it's absolutely okay to feel stressed, and you have to be used to
yeah,
it,
exactly.
and to see that a normal person with extraordinary talents as you are was struggling, and at the beginning, and then little by
Yeah,
little came even
yeah, because
it became something even
yeah,
better.
because
So it's so
it's
good.
definitely like when I was younger, the thing to admit that you are stressed was somehow really badly seen. I would like people
Yeah.
would ask me, "Are you stressed?" Like before the exams, and I would say no
No.
because I would think that I'm weaker than they are. You know, like if I say
Yeah,
yes.
it's so stupid.
It's
It's so
it's
stupid.
crazy,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's so
because
stupid.
then if you kind of like put the problem aside and it's still there and it's
Yes,
even
and then
growing.
yeah, it becomes even bigger because then you have to hide
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
So you have another job to do.
Yes, yeah. So definitely, this is something that I totally learned to talk about, and I'm not afraid and ashamed to say I'm just simply stressed during the performances, and that's why I'm always practicing. I have my students here. I always play for them before like a more important concert. I say, can you sit here for 5 minutes, and I play you like a piece of on my program just to get used to the stress, you know, to somebody watching it. Before I was not able to do that, especially even at home when somebody is sitting so close
Wow.
to. So yeah, so this is, but yeah, we're now touching another topic about being stressed. But this is why what I wanted to say, that Instagram really helped me. To kind of get a little bit or even more confident with things. And also the other thing is I actually like, you know, sometimes I edit videos from two cameras, or I even like, look, I'll show you. This is
Yeah,
by the
yeah.
way, this is my three keys because I drink very fast. So I made three of them.
Wow, wow.
And look, you see what I have? I put a green screen
Ah, nice. Ah,
so
very nice.
because I'm making a series that people will see later. It's gonna be called Bath on the Beach because it just looks good.
Wow.
So
Wow. Man, I love the
yeah,
idea.
thank
Fantastic.
you.
I support 100%. Very good.
So
Amazing.
it's so yeah, I put that because it's cold now. It's winter here in Europe. So I put the green screen, and I'm gonna put like videos of beaches somewhere, and I'm just gonna play Bach on the beach. So this is yeah.
It's
I'm
fantastic.
working on these new things, and actually I like it. You know, like I discover how to do it.
Yeah.
I learn on YouTube how to edit videos, and it's
Yeah.
another skill. And it's yeah, I just like it. You know, like it's fun for me also. I mean, it takes a lot of time, and yeah, it just takes you away from
No,
practicing.
but
But
I mean, yeah, I mean, but the time you put is an
yeah,
investment for a nice project you're building. I think 2 months ago I started something, but then I didn't keep on because I mean, my problem, for example, and actually I want to ask you this: how do you focus? Because sometimes, for example, my problem is that I have so many
yeah,
ideas
yeah, yeah.
sometimes that I can't focus on one right at the moment. In the same, so, for example, Sunday Musicians Café is a project I started in May and is going well, and I'm very happy, and it makes me happy as well. So I think it's a good
Yeah, yeah.
thing. People been asking to be interviewed, people, you know, and people are supportive very much, and this is clearly something that went
Yeah.
well. But there are many projects that I started that didn't go that well, and one was actually about Bach.
Okay.
Funny enough, I was doing Bach in the dark.
Ah,
So I
okay.
was recording Bach in the total dark with just very little light just to enlighten my
Yeah,
face
yeah,
and
right.
whatever, the violin, like with a candle maybe. And it was a good idea and it was working, but then I couldn't carry on because it was
Yeah.
tough to carry on. You
Yeah,
know, I had other projects. How do you
yeah.
cope with
So
this?
I'm exactly the same. I have so many ideas in my head, and then so you know the for me most important is I write them down in my phone in my notes because I really
Mm.
sometimes I completely forget about them, and then after a few weeks I just go to my notes and I'm like, oh my God, this idea, I was supposed to do that, and I completely forgot. So I put them in my
The
my
same.
notes, and then I kind of refresh them in my mind, but I still there is still a big list of of these ideas in my notebook, so I will use them for sure in the nearest future. But for now, it's this Bach on the beach. This is the first
Wow.
the first thing that I want to do, and some other, like, you know, I've noticed also what I enjoy is doing certain like, let's say, little episodes on Instagram. So every
Okay.
Friday, not every, but like, even if it's Friday, I try to post something that is a little bit funny, like a little bit crazy, let's say.
Okay.
So I started doing this, the music that goes wrong. So I started doing these, like, we like, you play proper thing and then you kind of make it the other way. So also some people that are not musicians, they can see that the music can go really,
Yeah.
like, differently. So I started doing this, and I have 3 episodes, but I promise I'm gonna continue doing that because it's fun for me, and it's just a little bit. It doesn't take. It's just like 7 to 10 seconds of music, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
something. It has to be something funny, and something very quick, and something also kind of famous, so people can get the
Yeah.
joke. You know.
They can relate. They can
Yeah,
relate with
yeah.
that.
So,
Yeah.
like, I like this to do that, like, a little bit. So on Friday I post this stuff. On Monday I post something that I work on. So it's like a
Mm.
productive week sign. And
Yes,
on
yes,
Sunday,
yes,
like
yes.
today, I like to post a little bit something more mellow, like Sunday mood, let's say. So, and if you
Yeah.
continue that, I think the Instagram god likes you more, because then
I
it's a little
see.
bit more.
Yes, I mean, definitely the how do you say the algorithm? The algorithm likes the consistency, right? There is a nice comment. I didn't read any of your questions, guys. Sorry, because I was very focused on this lovely chat that we are having. But we are not literally world master pianists. Are you a very big star? Okay, why you're not a little? I mean, I think you're a big star indeed. Someone also before said, "Congratulations, you're very inspiring." In the chat, they were saying
Thank you
that.
so
So
much.
I can,
Thank you,
yeah,
guys.
and
Well, you are very inspiring for me. Like, and you tell me to continue doing what I'm doing, which is great. And then thank you for your support, of course. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. If you have any questions, guys, any curiosity, you can drop it in the chat. If we have time during the chat now, we can read any questions you have about music, about musician's life. But I have a question. So, for example, did you started editing with the phone, or you immediately did it with the computer? Because this is big
Yeah,
difference.
you know, yes, it's a big difference. I mix it. Well, whenever I, like,
Hmm.
let's say, if I travel to have a performance somewhere, I try to put a lot of stuff in my phone, and I do it at the airports. Like, I fix stuff, or I edit on my phone. But it's
Okay.
tiring, because you really have to, like, you know, do it with your fingers. It's
Yes.
not nice.
Yes.
But you see, as you see, I even have my computer now. I'm doing this green screen thing. So
Yeah.
now I do
Yeah.
it on the
Okay.
computer. Um,
Okay.
yeah, it really depends. If I have a little bit more time, and if I'm at
Mm.
home, I just I edit it
Okay.
at home on the computer. But yeah, I try that also to
And
do.
and I mean, the beginning you said you were during pandemic, and I guess the amount of videos. I guess also another question I had: did you notice you're growing on the social media? It was sudden or a gradual thing?
I can tell you exactly how it happened. Is I somehow one website posted my video. It's called Piano Cover or something, and they have a
Okay.
lot of followers, like 300,000 or
Mm.
something. And they posted my video, and since then people started follow me,
They posted a video without asking your permission.
well, yeah, well, I mean, they shared my video. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, I don't think they asked. Yeah, but it's fine for me. You know, usually,
No. Yes. Yes. But
yeah,
just to
because
know.
usually people ask, and it's quite shady on Instagram. Also, they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, they
Yeah.
want yeah, they just, it's just like some weird kind of promotion. But
Yeah, yeah.
they shared it, and it's funny to notice because that video at the time had more views and likes than Lang Lang's video from.
Wow.
They were next to it, and also because I was in my crazy sporty things, and I think I had a pack of cigarettes in my pocket. But anyway, they reposted it, and then I started having a lot of followers, and then my other and then after some time I recorded a video just like for fun of a Simpsons theme, and this video
Okay.
has 500,000 views. So
Okay.
this from this video, I started to have a lot of followers, and then I think
Yeah.
now they keep coming every day, which is nice. I mean, I love entertaining my audience, so it's a great feeling.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Did you ever struggle on the, because I know some people do, when you see your followers growing very fast, and you get some stress, and to cope with that and the numbers, and maybe you
Yeah,
think about only about that,
that
and
that
how did you cope with that?
that's very true that you're saying that. I didn't hear anybody's complaining or saying that, but actually this is how I like a little bit. I have a. I mean, come on, I have about 40,000. That's not a huge, of course, comparing to some
No,
some
okay,
other
that's
people, but it is kind of it starts to feel like, oh, now I have to keep posting stuff, or now I
yeah,
have a bigger audience to please, or like so it is a bit like, I have to say, it's at the back of my head. It's not that I
yeah.
don't care. It's just I do go to sleep, and then I wake up and I open my phone, which is probably not the healthiest way, but I open my phone to check, oh, like how it's going. So yeah, it
Yeah.
is a little bit like that, but
But what do you think? Imagine a very young musician, like 17 or 18 years old. What would you say to him or to her?
yeah, well,
How to cope, how to cope with the followings and these social media
yeah,
waves that
I
would
think
come?
it's difficult to give advices because it's very individual how you take it, because the head it's very individual. But uh, I would just, like, from myself, if I see myself as a young, like, if, let's say, if I turn back in time and I see myself 17 years old, I would say just to keep doing it and doing whatever, and then not really caring. Of course, I get some comments that are not, like, sometimes not so pleasant, but I really don't mind that.
You have a lot of
No,
haters,
no,
or then
no.
I
I
don't.
actually, I'm
Okay.
quite like happy with my audience, and they are very, very pleasing to me. But I do get
Yeah.
sometimes, like, comments that are, first of all, when you can immediately tell when somebody gives you advices that it's not, that he doesn't know what he's talking about, or
Yeah.
she.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I don't pay attention to that so much, because
Yeah. Yeah.
you can, yeah, like, somebody, even sometimes people try to use some phrases that they don't match to what you're doing, like,
Okay.
oh,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
you're like, I give you the example. It's from a long time ago, and probably this person doesn't watch us anymore. So I played pictures at the exhibition, and and the person was like, "You're not doing the pauses correctly," or something. And I'm like, "There are no pauses in there." So he didn't know what he meant. He didn't even
Yeah. Yeah.
explain it. So
Yes. Yes.
it's kind of cute. And it's fine. Yeah, I don't mind to have that sometimes.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah,
funny. No hate, only love. We agree. We totally agree on that. And
definitely.
on this topic, about giving suggestions and stuff. I know you're very busy, so I don't want to keep it too long. Also,
Sure.
but I always ask at the end of the chat, towards the end, if you have any suggestions. Also, not specifically, if you want specifically on the social media, video making, whatever you want, any suggestions to a young musician that is entering this new world and technological world, and classical music is an old tradition. So how would you approach a young musician? Would you give any suggestion, any tips that you think are key for nowadays, for for a musician of nowadays?
Well, yeah, that's. I mean, I would give the tips that what I said at the beginning. It's good to stay true with yourself, and just to keep doing. And even if you think you don't get enough like reactions at the beginning, you just stick to it and keep doing what you're doing, and it might be that it actually it pays off at the end. But yeah, but also technologically wise, you know, this is also like it's another topic, but it's also, you know, with it's, sometimes people were telling me, "Oh, you're playing now much better than you played before." Actually, to be honest, I don't think I changed so much, but it did happen that the technology changed a little bit. So my phone
Yes.
records a little bit nicer now, and yeah. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, yeah, so I
yeah.
don't think you know, I'm already grown. So I'm 37, and I do have to say I learned a lot in the Royal College of Music. Also, like I got really nice advices from the professors and everything. But I don't think it's a huge difference between my playing
Yeah.
when I was 35 or 34, and at the time I was recording myself with like simply the phone was the like worse. So if you that's also an advice if you want to record, make sure you also like you kind of record it in the best way possible. Which
Yes,
is
yes.
I mean I use just my phone, but it's a I think it has quite good camera. My piano is not in camera and the microphone. My
Yeah.
piano is not always in the best condition when it's not so much sharp in tune. But I'm gonna tune it soon.
That's good. That's good. We love your music, as someone was saying in the chat, and we love you. You doing your music. So
Thank
I
you.
mean, thank you so much for being a wonderful and inspiring guest. As usual, with your authenticity that is clearly transpassing through the screen. And so,
Thank you.
if you come to London, please drop a message to me, and we
Sure.
have a pint or a coffee in
Of
real life.
course.
Yes. So,
Of
thank you
course.
so much for this
Thank you.
25th
Thank you for
episode.
inviting me. It's I really enjoyed talking about these things.
Thank you so much. We might do
Thank you.
it again one day. I don't know.
Yeah, sure,
Yes.
of course, of course.
Great. Thank you so
Okay.
much, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Bye bye. Incredible. What an incredible guest. Thank you so much, guys, for following and for listening to his music, for listening to this chat together with me. If you don't do so, I mean, do follow him and follow me as well, that I will keep interviewing people every Sunday with this nice and super exciting project. Actually, at the moment, was the 25th episode, and I'm really glad that you've been watching. And if you have any requests, any curiosity about music life, music industry, classical or not classical, do please send a message, drop a question in the DM, and I will try to answer you as soon as possible. And also, if you have any person that you would like to listen from, any suggestions, do tell me. So I'll try to be in contact with them and to organize an episode. So thank you so much for being so supportive. Send any feedbacks you want, and see you next Sunday for another episode of Sunday Musicians Cafe.